Broadcasting live, KSLA News 12 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Destiny Patterson. Thanks for watching our weekend edition of KSLA News 12.
They'll go from the gun. P. Ryan in the backfield.
And there it is. The LA Rams are your Super Bowl 56 champions. They beat the Cincinnati Bengals with a nail-biter, 23-20. Los Angeles fans were gathered for watch parties throughout the city, rooting for their team. And Bengals rookie Evan McPherson kicked a 29-yard field goal with 28 seconds left in the first to keep Cincinnati from going scoreless. This is the third straight Super Bowl where both teams scored in the opening quarter. That's happened twice in the previous 12 Super Bowls. And in Cincinnati, Ohio, thousands of excited Bengals fans turned out to watch the big game. Fans in orange and black gear gathered to watch the game outdoors, even as a light snow fell. And it was a far cry from sunny Los Angeles, where the temperature was 82 ahead of kickoff at SoFi Stadium. Hundreds braved the elements to head down to the banks, a strip of bars along the Ohio River that was shut down today to make room for a huge watch party with live music, heaters, and tons of food.
It's hard to believe. Oh no, I'm disappearing. No, I thought this dress would work. I asked Destiny that, I didn't think this would work. But anyways, I'm going to go change. But here's a look at the forecast. We do have severe weather in the forecast for Wednesday as well as Thursday. And again, we still have a couple of details to fine tune. However, that will be continued to be nailed down a little bit more as we get closer to the day of the event. But want to give you the first alert that we are tracking severe weather potentially for Wednesday and Thursday. All modes possible with this system that rolls on through. Here's a look at overnight lows here. Temperatures will be freezing and below. 27 in DeQueen, 28 in Idabel. We're looking at 32 in Shreveport, 31 in Coushatta. Coming up, I'm going to tell you more about your forecast and get into something that doesn't make me blend in with the weather wall. Destiny?
A man is facing charges after sneaking into his underage girlfriend's home around 8:30 this morning. It happened in the 8,000 block of Highway 1 in Caddo Parish. Deputies say 21-year-old Gavin Coon Crowley climbed into the window of the girl's room. According to the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office, he had previously threatened her with bodily harm. Deputies arrested Crowley, and he's charged with unauthorized entry and resisting a deputy. Tonight, we've learned of an overnight fatal crash in Marshall, Texas. The Marshall Police and Fire Departments were on the scene in the 2100 block of Elysian Fields. They say the driver, identified as Charmaine Morris, had left the roadway and ran into a group of trees. He was transferred to a local hospital where he died from his injuries. That crash is still under investigation. Also in Marshall, police are investigating a shooting that happened last night in City Park. Police found a 16-year-old male victim shot in the neck and pronounced him dead at the scene. Marshall Police asked that if you have any information to please call the number that you see there on your screen, or you can call the second number if you want to remain anonymous. Today, dozens marched in honor of two civil rights giants in Shreveport history. And KSLA News 12's Taylor Davis was there, and she spoke to leaders about the importance.
What you see behind me is a lot of people here in the community marching for a cause, and that's to celebrate Black History Month and all the influential people who made a difference here in Shreveport.
They marched and prayed. Shreveport leaders and residents are rallying together to honor civil rights activists Harry Blake and C.O. Simpkins.
And this march is basically a symbolic march. It's a part of the overall play production where it dramatizes how marching was a part of the civil rights movement.
And they aren't just marching to honor them. A play called Shreveport Risen, We've Come This Far by Faith, happening February 19th, will bring their works to life and others.
In the play, we are featuring the civil rights workers of Shreveport, past and the ones that are still living.
Little Union Baptist pastor Clifford McLean is walking to pay tribute to his father, Claude Clifford McLean, a former pastor who hosted Dr. Martin Luther King when he came to Shreveport to speak.
I held and still hold him in the highest esteem.
Tony Wright Jr. will portray Michael Collins Sr. in the play. He founded the Shreveport Sun.
To actually portray a character like him, it is amazing because being a mass communication graduate, you know, him doing the newspaper and all, I can connect to it so well.
We had a lot of pioneering women and a lot of women that were a part of the civil rights movement right here in Shreveport.
Sylvia Ford says she came out to pay it forward for all of their sacrifices.
A lot of them sacrificed their lives. They went through things. So that teaches us to go through things.
Taylor Davis, KSLA News 12.
Students from the old Central Colored High, overcrowded conditions. This school was built, and we brought the students from Central to the new BTW in 1950.
In today's Black History Moment, I take you to the Allendale Lakeside neighborhood. It's the home of what's considered the largest and first state-of-the-art school for Black students in Caddo Parish.
I'm sorry, that ain't right there. The atmosphere of that campus really created pride.
Built from the ground up in 1949, the walls of Booker T. Washington High School have seen
a lot of history. When it was built, it was the best of the best. It was the best school in Louisiana at the time.
It was a neighborhood school. Booker T was built right in the center of Allendale Lakeside, which was at that time the most populous Black communities in Shreveport.
Here, the staff prepped students for college.
They was very adamant, very strict on you guys gonna get an education.
Booker T was a school that was built two sides, educational and livelihood.
And that meant students could also choose classes that would catapult them straight into their career.
Home economics, we had people to develop restaurants. Beauticians came out of cosmetology.
The passion for education was omnipresent in the halls of Booker T. But in 1963, the students made it clear there was something else they were just as passionate about.
The students at Booker T had a demonstration, a march. We started chanting freedom, freedom. There was an incident that took place in Shreveport at the Little Union Baptist Church where the police converged upon the church in regards to a memorial service for 4 little girls who had been killed in Birmingham. Pastor Harry Blake was beaten by the police, and on the next day, which was that Monday, September 23rd, we gathered in the front of the school. Then somebody said, let's go downtown. We started down Milam Street. Got to where the Alumni building is now, was our library. Got down there and police was everywhere, everywhere. I got arrested along with 17 other students. I spent 45 days in the jail, got out of jail, went back to Booker T and was told I was expelled. I was hurting. It was a hard pill.
But little did he know that that pill was really a seed that would put Booker T on the map for the growth it created in the community.
This is when Booker T was put on the historical registry, becoming a national site.
That's a history that we need to preserve.
The school is a building. It wasn't the mortar, the brick and mortar that did what it did to us.
Pastor H. Calvin Austin ended up finishing high school in New Orleans, but eventually got an honorary degree from Booker T as well. All the alumni I spoke with noted the family-like atmosphere and caring nature of their teachers. And now the school is nationally recognized as a historic place on the National Registry. Now take a look at this. The Crew of Cotton rolled for its Mardi Gras parade for the 14th year today. They are a North Caddo Parish crew out of Belcher, Louisiana, and this year's theme was camping.